An Anthony Martial start versus Everton might not be a bad thing for Manchester United. 9 players could be out for Man United on Sunday and Rasmus Højlund is one of them. But an Anthony Martial start would not necessarily be a negative. Manchester United supporters will be dreading the prospect of Rasmus Højlund's potential absence at Goodison Park on Sunday. Evertonians would dread the sight of his probable replacement, Anthony Martial. The last 3 years have been Martial's most miserable at United: 18 goals since the start of the 2020-21 season, lengthy layoffs, an uninspiring loan in Seville and absent for the European Championship and World Cup. And during that period Martial still scored against Everton in December 2020, again in October 2021, he teed up Antony to equalise at Goodison in October 2022 and netted the clincher at Old Trafford in April. Everton have been Martial's patsies since he was first pitted against them 8 years ago at Goodison. He had Seamus Coleman on toast in a surprisingly accomplished 3-0 victory for United on a sombre day as Everton mourned Howard Kendall in October 2015. Coleman, an Everton stalwart once of interest to United, was sufficiently spooked by Martial's entrance in the team's last fixture that his lapse resulted in Martial's contest-killing side-footer. Martial is as much of a scourge to Everton as Pascal Gross is to United. In Martial's first season in England, there were winners against Everton at Old Trafford and in the FA Cup semi-final at Wembley. Goodison Park is the away ground Martial has graced the joint most in his United career. Martial has 8 goals in 16 games against Everton. Roberto Martinez, Ronald Koeman, Sam Allardyce, Marco Silva, Carlo Ancelotti, Rafael Benitez and Sean Dyche have all been powerless to halt Martial. Frank Lampard is the only Everton manager whose side did not concede to Martial. This paints such a flattering picture of a number 9 who does not live up to his number. Martial has started 4 times this season and has not been in a League 11 since the defeat at Arsenal on September 3. He turns 28 the week after next and another milestone is looming. Martial has not completed 90 minutes in a Premier League match since the defeat to Sheffield United on January 27, 2021. The only audible cheers from United fans during the humbling by Newcastle in the League Cup were those reserved for Martial's removal in the 64th minute. The boos that soundtracked Højlund's withdrawal against Brighton in September were possibly amplified by the identity of his replacement, Martial. At Brighton in May, Ten Hag smacked his thighs in exasperation and rollicked Martial over a lack of pressing. Staff at the club had previously lauded Martial's pressing triggers. Martial's lethargy is still apparent during pre-match warm-ups when he is clad in winter wear and often the last player to emerge. The demotivation is inexcusable, especially as Ten Hag is of the opinion Martial has the attributes to be a complete striker. When he's in the team, I refer to games against Man City and against Liverpool, we play our best football and we have our best results as a team, Ten Hag said in April. I defend him because I point to the stats and I see how he contributes to this team. The contributions are scant, though. This is Martial's 9th season at United and he is such an easy target the club ambassadors are not sugarcoating it. He's got 89 goals in 9 years, Andy Cole said ahead of the Newcastle tie. When you're playing at Manchester United and you're the centre forward, you know that's not enough goals. Can he take Manchester United to where Manchester United need to be at? He's been here 9 years and he hasn't done it. Barring more mismanagement or a sudden resurgence, this will be Martial's last season at United. He is out of contract in June and there are few logical reasons to exercise the option of an additional year. Everton have a penchant for pillaging United for their peripheral players.